Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's showtime. Hi, guys. So I've decided to wash the bad taste of the new content patch out of my mouth and just do a little leveling. So we'll be playing Seska the Sarcastic here. I'll roleplay sarcastic. It's a lot of work for me because, normally I'm not sarcastic at all. But just some leveling, because yesterday was so awful. Alright, we have finished off, presumably, Wayfarer Foothills. No. No. Evidently no. I got that. I got that. So when I was originally doing the leveling for this character, starting them up, I was doing a key farm, and that key farm completed successfully. But I hadn't finished out the first map, so that's what I'm going to start with. So if you're expecting anything nifty and spiffy and fancy, nope. That's not going to be happening. I'm just going to be doing casual leveling tonight. And occasionally, no doubt, venting my spleen over what an incredible disappointment the Badnight King was. Because it's awful. I was thinking, it's definitely in the running with two others for the worst piece of content they've ever dropped. I would have to say it's not quite as bad as the tunnel that was added to Giala Delve, which is, I think, the single worst piece of content the game's ever dropped. Even calling it content is insulting. That shouldn't have taken them any longer than a couple of hours to put together. The other would be in the running would be the conclusion of the Ice Brood saga, or, if you want, basically Dragon Response missions on. And mostly, a lot of the awfulness in that comes from what an incredible betrayal it was of their own lore. To take two Elder Dragons and turn it into a fucking joke.
Water washes the surface. Battle alone can cleanse your insides.
That's how I do it.
You seem to be on fire, my little friend. So those were the three worst pieces of content that I could come up with
Back in the steam with you.
from Guild Wars 2. And they're pretty awful. 208. Oh, that's way better. No, it's not. Oh, I have the hammer as 208. There we go. 120, 128. Yeah, 227. We've got the rifle. It's not as good as what we've got, so we will deconstruct the pieces.
I'm greatness getting greater.
Wow, that was a quick level. I hope you all enjoyed that. Thank you. My leveling stream is complete. Just kidding. You wish. Five hero points. And we get new shoulders. And as is tradition, while leveling up a character, anytime I get a new item of apparel, we change our dice to a random set. Such a lovely feature they added, the randomized appearance. It's less good if you're randomizing the items that you're wearing, as that will cost you 6 transmogrification charges, or transmutation charges, and their results will be mixed. But this, at least, they'll be color coordinated, if most likely awful. Here we go. That's awful. Wow. Pastel Sea, Winter Frost, and a tiny little splash of Adobe Sunset. That's awful. It's really bad. But I did get, I think that was for dying, that achieved. That dying as in using dyes, not dying as in... And 12 points. Where was I going? Here. We're not too far. We get it at... Is it at 21? I think it is. At 21. So we got to start putting some points then into one of our spec trees. Let's see. Explosives. I don't think so. Firearms is probably good. Where's the one for... It gives you like life drain on flamethrower. Charge your elite skill when you dodge. Tool belts. Fire shield. Engineering kit creates an attacker. No. Deal increased strike damage while your endurance is not full. Gonna take me a second to find it. No. Inventions?
Hey, look.
Gotta be alchemy, I think. Let's see, iron-blooded.
I still have my sword. Maybe I'll use it on the next thing.
Alchemy, maybe not. I don't remember. That's turrets. I don't think it's in explosives. Firearms? That's the one, Juggernaut. Alright, it is firearms. We're going to hold on to our points then, and we'll see if we can reach that when we hit level 21. By when we reach level 21. Alright. My brain is functioning again. Well, that's a slight exaggeration. But only slight. We finished off this heart already, so that's good. And we've got a POI and a heart. Bing, bing. Just going to it's going to be baked dredge for dinner tonight.
Quickly.
So, I mean, a little fire in a mine, that never causes any problems that I'm aware of. So, last night, I eventually did go back in. I wanted to do the meta. And mind you, in essence, after it took me 3 tries, not because we failed, although my understanding is the meta can fail. In fact, I've seen it happen a couple times watching other streamers play. My problem is that the first 2 times we tried, we got partway through the first or second map, I think once each time, and there weren't enough people. So we had to join another map, and the other map wasn't as far along as we were. So having to go through all 3 of the metas finally to get to it, and then the meta itself being, other than visually the Night King actually looking not terrible, as opposed to how incredibly disappointing his appearance is elsewhere. So that was an improvement. But the meta itself wasn't good. But I will say that the Night King meta version looks awesome. So that's one of the 2 things they got right in the entire content patch. That and the voice work were both good. The rest of the content patch is a disaster. And I really am looking forward to it. I thought I caught up with something Wooden Potatoes did. Like a week ago when we first got the trailer for the Badnight King. The Badnight King, sorry. The Badnight King. Which is that he's really looking forward to the sort of post-mortem that they've said they're going to do. You know, the mistakes they've made, and the things they think they did right, and that kind of stuff. And I have to agree with them that I need to see that, and they need to talk about how crappy the rest of the content was after the base expansion dropped. Base expansion I liked. I'd give it like I said, I think last night, a 6 or a 7 even. I think I'd probably give it a 7 on the assumption that it was going to have decent content afterwards. Unfortunately, the content afterwards was weak, poor, and awful. And so I would consider the expansion as a whole to be awful. No, not awful, but very disappointing and bad. Because the initial content I thought was good. It was brief. It was too short. Wasn't enough of it. But it was good. I especially loved the first map. I loved the first map. I had a blast with the first map. And the Amnitas final piece of the meta with Naurus was amazing visually. Incredible. Absolutely spectacular. You know, so I had hopes for what was going to be coming in the additional expansion bits, and the first one was maybe okay. The second one was definitely not as good as the first, and therefore I would say weak. And then the one last night was just fucking terrible. Not gonna mince words. I don't know if they're embarrassed by it, but they should be. First, they make you do basically 4 events. I got no problem with that. They always pad out the material with that, so I'm used to that. Right? Finish that up. Take my time. Talk with all the NPCs. Listen to all the dialogue, all that stuff. And the entire thing, including the events that I had to do, was 90 minutes. And it feels like I spent more time in their expansion or content increase than they did. That's the way it actually felt to me. Because the only things of interest, of quality, were, to my mind, the voice work and the meta boss. Everything else in it was a disappointment and insufficient in pretty much every way imaginable. So, Grouch, who I think has done a terrific job in general since he came back to the team, he's got some splaining to do.
No wonder the Sons of Svanir attack this shrine so much. She proved they can be beaten.
And so his retrospective on the things they did right and the things they did wrong will be very, very important to me. As you know, yesterday I spent $30 on buying some gems to get some keys because I like to support the game by buying keys every time there's a new chest. Also, it's good content, but I won't be doing that anymore if I don't like what I hear from Grouch. I won't be buying any more keys because that's not the content that is deserving of me giving them money. And I now regret buying the equivalent of the collector's edition for Soto, because the 3 after release drops were terrible. Well, they weren't all terrible. First one was, like I said, it's a 5.31 on a 10 scale. First one was average, if I'm being generous. Second was weak. And the latest one's a disaster. So, if he doesn't, to my mind, hit the right notes of self-awareness about what they did wrong, much more so than the things they did right, then they won't be getting any more money from me. I'll buy the expansion. I won't buy the good version of the expansion. And I won't be buying any more keys. So that means for me, they're looking at a loss of, I don't know, 100, 120 bucks a year. Just for me. No big thing. They're not going to miss that money. Alright, we got the event done. We got a level. We got a heart complete. We're just all kinds of awesome. Your mileage may vary on the awesomeness, actually. Yeah, if I think about it. Evidently, I'm going to take rocket boots. Rocket boots. So that's the only thing I'm looking forward to in the short term. Whoops. Where did I not? Oh, it's, yeah, right there. In the short term from Guild Wars 2 is I want an appropriately self-aware and even apologetic little description of post-mortem for the expansion. And I do think it's important for me to hit the positive notes as well, how much I really liked, especially the first map of Soto. The base expansion drop with the assumption we were going to get the promised quality content on top of it. And I'd have been happy with the outcome if it had been the same quality or even not quite the same quality, you know, 2/3 the same quality. But instead, it was like a third. And Reddit has been, well, Reddit has been Reddit, of course. Largely going nuts. But then they've set themselves up for this. ArenaNet did. I mean, a lot of people were complaining about the base expansion for Soto, the first map, one I really enjoyed. And yes, it did reuse a lot of assets, but I thought it used them cleverly. And it set up a lot of interesting stories that they never went anywhere fucking near in the rest of the expansion. That's a huge issue for me. You set up a bunch of interesting questions and stuff.
Quick, to the center of the dome. Our other team needs help.
And you don't bother to answer them, then that entire thing is just, in essence, a low-tier bait and switch. Got all these interesting questions, possibilities, and we'll answer none of them. What I would also like to know is an actual answer from them as to how many of the people who work at ArenaNet are actually working on Guild Wars 2. Because we know they're working on something else. And I want to know, you know, if 2/3 of your company is working on something else, then maybe you shouldn't be promising so much. Because people are going to assume that the people who were there are all working on it. And sure, there's a really long list
Nice of you to join us, Leadtail.
of people in the credits, but my assumption is that's pretty much everybody at the company, even those who did little or nothing on the expansion. So just like End of Dragons felt rushed, like they swapped over from Icebrood Saga and realized they needed to do an expansion, and so they had to hurry out an expansion. And so it was a little less meaty, let's say, than the other expansions.
Might makes me right.
But I assumed, you know, that they were a little understaffed for a new expansion, and so that was part and parcel of sort of the feeling that it wasn't up to par with the other expansions. And then Giala Delve came out, and that was underwhelming. And then, to my mind, the single worst piece of content they've ever done in the game. The tunnel in Giala Delve, which was a genuine insult. To pretend that that was some sort of content patch. Heart complete. That. Oh, die. Thank you. What heart did I miss? Due south. I guess it's southeast, so it's probably that one. All right. You know, so my sense, certainly, of this entire expansion is that their team is very small now that's working on it, actually. And so they've spent most of their development effort for Guild Wars 2 for the last 9 months on the next expansion, which is understandable. But if going forward it's going to be the same thing, well, my interest in spending money on the game has evaporated. I'll buy the expansion. But right now, I would be planning on buying the regular version. Must have cracked 5? Yep.
I'm awesome.
Another level for me, that's 20. Well, that's good. Got new gloves, so that means a new die scheme. 199-point rifle. Nope, not as good.
Power flow at 30%. Rerouting.
Did I grab the POI to the north? I don't remember. So, there isn't one. That's just the waypoint on it. Let's change our dies again, because we have a new outfit. New piece of... That's really awful. New colors. Much better. It is midnight green, flame, and pink tint. A little bit Christmassy looking, but still way better than what I was looking before. Wow, that was awful. Oh yeah, the Doliacs. We can use these Doliacs here. Capture the calves. I think we need to capture 6 calves. 5 or 6. So this isn't the most depressed I've been about Guild Wars 2. But it's in the running. Is it 4? Is it actually only 4 of them? Well, now I've got 2 of them running. The running of the Doliacs. No, I didn't want that. I've got all 3 of them running now. There we are. So it's 5. We did not grab the waypoint over here. What's our percentage? We are 91% done. One, 2. I earned that. Well, we're going to see. Oh, we did get this one done. Okay. Good. We need to go in here and... Well... Kill the Svanir sons. And get the, hero point. Whoop. Okay, that guy's fighting it. I want to help. That's the event. That was the hero point. Okay, we'll take this guy out.
Now you suffer.
right here doing the same thing. Is he killing them again? Is that spite? Or did those respawn or something? He must be just doing that. I'm not sure why he would do that multiple times.
Another
Is it good XP? I wouldn't think so. I'll help him one last time. Let's see how much XP I get for the bits. I'm
Nothing can bring me down.
right at the edge of the 7 key hotbar wise. Not really. A very small amount of XP for that. So I don't know why he's doing it. And he's running around and dodging and stuff, so it's not like he's botting. And we should finish it up. That's another heart complete. We're at 95%. We've got a vista down here somewhere we missed. Probably that one. Looks like it. Oh, and something in there. There is a POI over here as well. We've got that. 97%. We missed a waypoint here, and then the vista, I think, and that'll give us the last 2 bits we need. We're 98% done. Yes, the explorers. Arista Galkin thinks I'm cool. She's a keen judge of character, that one. Completed a Renown Heart. Performed 3 combo skills. Drumroll, please. Can we get a key? Nope. A Club of Agony. Well, since we've now finished off this map, we hit level 20. I think we can go ahead and go on with the personal story chapter 2. Oh God, I hate that so freaking much. The daily yield. I will enter a new challenger. Hi, Air.
Good to see you again, Slayer. Come, we have to talk.
Do we have to?
I know. I just decided.
I'll get straight to the point, Slayer. Do you want to get even with Mikkel Toivoson?
Of course. He goaded me into a fight at the moot and cheated me out of the win. Now he refuses a rematch while bragging that my victories only add to his legend.
Then you should enter the big brawl. Mikkel is last year's champion. If you beat him in the finals, you take his title.
A public thrashing will shut his bragging mouth for good. It's an excellent plan.
Thanks, but there's a catch. White Bear is opening it up to everyone this year, not just Norn. We have no clue what opponents you may face.
The tougher the competition, the greater the glory. It'll make taking down Mikkel that much sweeter. Where do I start?
Mickle the Pickle.
I was hoping
I've
you'd
just
say
given
that.
him a nickname.
Garm and I will see you at Edinbar's homestead for the preliminary bout. We wouldn't miss it for all the ale and Tyria.
I will talk to Canut. Because sometimes you feel like a Knut, and sometimes you don't.
Good reason, I hope.
We were arguing and it just kept...
So, good evening to those of you who have joined me. Congratulations. You have reached Hump Day. The work week is more than half over. Assuming you work a regular Monday through Friday schedule. Or something thereabouts. I will enter the instance. Pardon me. Ugh. What's up, Canute?
Why are you here, Slayer? Even if you reach the finals, I'll just stomp you. Why waste everybody's time?
If it's so easy, you should be happy for the chance to do it again. Or we could just fight now and get it over with.
No. I want to see you humiliated by everyone else. Go ahead. Enter. You'll never even make it to the finals.
White Bear's about to start things off, Mickle. Stand aside
Mickle.
and let our newest contestant check in.
I'm ready. The sooner we start, the sooner I can wipe the smirk off that cheater's face.
Very well. In this preliminary free-for-all, only the last two brawlers standing move to the next round. Once you're in the circle, the fight begins.
Good luck in the brawl, Slayer.
Well, let's bust out the flamethrower because nothing
Participants,
works in a
stand by.
brawl quite as well
Free-for-all is about to begin.
You can beat me?
as a
Not a
flamethrower.
chance.
Stand ready and fight!
Might makes me right.
Because I don't want to aggro everybody at once when I can just beat them all up. Piecemeal. This guy's been shooting at me for a while now, and I'm not going to stand for it any longer.
Let them overwhelm you.
Join me!
Fighting.
We have our winners.
Easy peasy. Sorry,
A worthy
female.
competitor.
Easy peasy.
You were right
Wow.
about this one here. Choose a challenge for the next round, Slayer, since you did the best here. Your opponent will take the other challenge. After that, the big brawl resumes. The first choice is Nolar, a vicious and prideful son of Svanir who likes to stir up trouble. To preserve the peace, Nolar needs
Well, beating
to be
him up
humble.
does sound good.
Second is Heka Ravenswealth, a Solitude Veil merchant who says the area is infested with Morellos, a new and dangerous beast. They're ruining her business and need to be removed. Choose challengers, battle them, then report to my char friend Baltia's Bloodletter in Butcher's Block. He's an
Baltia's
expert in
Bloodletter in
staging
Butcher's
such
Block?
contests. Whoever reaches Baltia's first advances to the second round. Take a moment to decide, and then tell me which path you're taking. Best of luck.
Oh, we'll do the
We're all
Merlills.
ready?
I live to conquer dangerous animals. Merlills, was it? Tell Hecka it's as good as done, because that sounds heck of fun.
Good luck in your challenge, Slayer.
Vit.
All done.
Okay, we have a new bag. Always welcome. We have new improved gloves, which means, as is tradition, new dice. And let's see. Sorry. Nothing's as funny as Newt Whitebear thinks it is. Alright, we now have our first spec line open. We'll see how far we can get into firearms, right? Wasn't it? Yes, Juggernaut. I don't think we can quite reach Juggernaut, but we'll see how far we can get. Not quite. We need 5, probably like 17 more points. 19 more points. Oh, we've got 2, so yeah, 17 more points. But regardless, we will choose firearms. Okay. Critical hits have a chance to cause bleeding, gain Condi damage. Since I'm currently using the flamethrower, that's probably a good choice. Gain might when you inflict bleeding. And you have an increased critical chance against foes within the range threshold. I'm going to go with that. Crits. I like more crits, and I cannot lie, because chance on crit will also make them bleed. Go to there, and here we've got, let's see, while you're in combat, grant might to yourself and nearby allies with each interval. Might is good. Gain expertise. Yeah, I think probably... yeah, might is probably faster. Wow, those guys are having a really good time. Well, they're Norn, and since this was a big get-together with some fighting, there was undoubtedly a lot of drinking going on. So, yeah, there's that, too. Where are we off to? Not there. All the way up there. Morello's? That wasn't Morello's. Don't think. I can glide. Oh, well. Oh, yep, no. Forgot about the dies. Here we go. Our new colors are awful. Purple, blurple, which is actually not that color. There's a lot of colors that are somewhere in between that I call blurple. And I would say that one's just a purple. A pastel wine and marine. A little dash of marine in there. It's important to have a nice high-tech glider. I will enter the finishing blow, and those are Morello's. Hecka! We're gonna have hecka fun. I said that
Newt
already.
Whitebear sent you, right? Huh, it's about time. The Morellos have been harassing caravans for weeks, and now they've taken over my hot springs. Who wants to soak in a pit of Morello filth? These things are killing my business, and I'm the trading hub for this whole region.
Okay, I'm here to help, and I'm in a rush too. Tell me where the Morellos are, and I'll take care of them.
It's not that easy. We need to kill the Morello matriarch too. Otherwise, she'll just make more.
I got her.
Crunch all you want,
Morellos
she'll make more.
and their matriarch. Show me where.
That's an
It's
old
right this
ad.
way. And watch
Commercial
out for the
reference.
stink. It'll get you. Watch yourself in there. Morello's bite and scratch, and they're full of sickness and plague.
I forgot that I didn't have. Didn't have the flamethrower equipped. And nothing improves the smell of awful Morello filth. Quite like burning awful Morello filth. Heal up, heal up. Anytime now be good. Thank you. Hey, that one came through the walls. That's cheating. There we go. No poisoning that time. Just gotta be careful. Actually, it may not be the Morellos. It may be the green glowing filth piles that actually do the poisoning. Volatile mushroom. They are. And if we pop them before we get to them, well, that's helpful. What is it they do? It is a weakness, okay. I thought it was probably a weakness. I was right. It was weakness. Missed me. Lol. Here comes Mama.
Ah! Gave way! The matriarch's after me!
She was outside, you daffy broad. You sent me in here?
That does it. I'm too old to get pushed around by a bunch of hairless stink bears. Ooh, am I glad that's over.
All right,
Once we
Hecka.
clean up and air this place out, I'm going for a long soak.
Well, we made a heck of a difference.
Ravens, feathers, that was nastier than I expected. You were right about the smell. We got 'em all, though. Those creatures won't trouble you again. But I'd still wait a while before going into the water.
On behalf of the entire valley, thank you. Here, White Bear said to give you a token to prove you did the job.
Thanks, Hecka. I'm always glad to help out, but I have to go. I don't envy you the cleanup.
Don't worry about me, Slayer. I'll be fine. Now go.
Lots of Morello
We've got
poop.
a tournament to win. Hurry up and win the semifinals, Slayer. Toiveson's not a champ. He's a chump.
Thanks. Not a champ, but a chump. Beginner's bag of crafting items. Two-handed sword we can't use, but a rifle we can. Shoulders we can't use, but a shield we could, conceivably. And we will deconstruct and deconstruct and deconstruct. And
Begin destruction protocol.
more deconstruction. Just exit and head to whoever it is' place where we've got to go. Into the next map. The lovely and scenic Diessa Plateau. Can we glide the whole way? I think we can glide the... Oh, no. Seems like we lost all of our momentum back there. Ah, there it is. Almost. The semifinals. Let's see. Want the hammer or the rifle as our... And about even. We'll stick with the hammer.
Head your tailless rumble.
Balteus Bloodletter? I'm here for the big brawl. I've got the token I received for completing the second challenge right here.
Congratulations, you're in. Welcome to the semifinals.
That's a great voice.
All uphill from here. This round
No wonder
of
the
Big
guy can make a
Brawl is
living
all one-on-ones.
talking.
There are 3 rounds and 2 rules. Don't leave the ring, and don't kill anybody. Got it?
I got it. 3 rounds, 3 wins, 3 steps closer to me shutting Mikkel Toivonen up for good.
You really don't like that guy, do you? I've had a few ears full of his obnoxious boasting myself. Here's hoping you can shut his big mouth. Provided you can get past the semifinals.
No problem. I'm the player character. Walk in the park. Right, walk in the park. I'm ready, let's go.
Welcome to the semifinals of the Big Brawl. Who will be crowned best mayhem maker in all
Golthor?
of Tyria?
A centaur?
Contestant hails from the frozen city of Hallbreak. Let's welcome the mighty slayer of the ice swarm, Isarmir.
Thank you.
Next up.
Thank you, thank you.
Feared by humans everywhere. It's Golthor Cruelhoof. Each hungry, each thirsty for blood. Contestants, ready yourselves and fight!
I demand an opponent worthy of my strength.
This dude's really a horse's ass. Ha! See what I did there? Kinda made fun of him.
You cannot stop me. You are not strong enough.
Did you see that?
I don't know, you seem to be on fire, dude.
Long before me.
Is that intentional? Actually, he hits pretty hard. Ooh, he dropped a bunch of bleeds on me.
And that
Slink
bone's
back to
officially
your
put.
hole.
Congratulations to the winner
Slink
of
back
round
to my
1.
hole, but I won,
The Slayer of
dumbass.
Isarmir. We're just getting started. Stay put, folks. You don't want to miss any of round 2's mind-blowing action.
A true fighter. Even I had to pay attention.
Okay, I'm ready, Balteus. Announce me.
Looks like our Norn contestant is ready for more. Who else is ready for round 2? Our Silvari contestant is pretty
Silvari.
but she's more bite than bark. Welcome, Kaharis. We have here 2 contestants, each sure of their fight, each ready to brawl. Contestants, ready yourselves and fight!
Follow the wind.
God
Wherever
damn it.
Such savage.
Don't
I
underestimate
love
me.
it.
Must go on.
That's how I do it.
Can't let my injuries stop me.
Somebody shout timber, because that tree's been felled. Round 2 goes to the Slayer.
Easy peasy.
The best is yet to come. Still time to place your bets, but hurry. Round 3 is coming right up.
Spatha Greatblade?
It was a good fight, but I can see there's still more for me to learn.
Yes, there's more for you to learn. Silvari. I'm impressed that Silvari is a lot more dangerous than most people think. But her delicate little flower routine didn't fool you. Ready for the last round? Better believe it. Nothing can stop me now.
What a titanic display of pugilistic
Indeed.
perfection.
Spatha
Can it get any
Greatblade.
better? Of course it can. Our last contestant kills at will, and even gives ghosts nightmares. Let's hear it for Spatha Greatblade. This is it. 2 remaining challengers, each ready to knock the other out of contention. Contestants, ready yourselves. And fight!
You should be grateful you even had a chance to step into the ring with me.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Spatha.
Might makes me right.
What are you doing out there? No lumbering trees could be a match for a char warrior. Now you suffer.
I'm bored. Let's have some bones.
You can't win. I'll crush you. Your moves were well executed and strong. You have a bright future ahead of you.
Well, that was very sportsmanlike of you, Spatha.
Not bad at all. I'm impressed enough to bet a big stack of coins on you to beat Toivoson now. Don't let me down.
Don't worry, you're gonna win that bet. The guy's been giving me grief for a long time, and I'm gonna give it back 10 times over.
Oh, before I forget, I've got a message for you from Heir Stigulkin. She said to give it to you when, not if, you win this round. She wants you to meet her at her homestead before the final fight. Do you really know her? If I could book a fighter like her, I could retire early.
I think her tournament days are over, but I'll pass that along when I see her. Thanks for the info, Balteus. I'll see you at the final round.
Doopy dee doopy doop doop. New pants. Oh, didn't quite get the level. Disappointed. New pants. Shoulder pads I can't wear. Bow that I can now use, although my understanding is I wouldn't want to. An axe I can't use. And also new pants, but not as good as the ones I just got. All right. Well, what can I say? You know, Heir wants to see me again. You know, she's kind of the mentor, kind of got to do what she wants. You know, I owe her, so. The championship fight.
Good to see you again, Slayer. Come, we have to talk.
I don't remember which origin I chose, so let's check it out. I chose ferocity, so I'll go with ferocity. I learned I not only love fighting, I'm the best at it. Bring on the next challenge. You can't anticipate your next fight and brag on your last victory. Mikkel fell into that trap and left him friendless and cruel. He's just a dick, really is. I ask you a question. Of the foes you faced in the tournament, which was the biggest challenge? The Murlows? No. Char. Frankly, the Centaur was the toughest. He had such focus. Blinds went to the unexpected. That's how Mikkel beat you last time. You thought you knew everything he had to throw at you. That was a painful lesson, but I've learned from it. What happens next? Let's test what you've learned. We'll spar, you and I. Make sure you're ready for Mikkel. Interested? That sounds like fun.
Stand back, Garm. I want you as a witness to this fight, not a participant. Prepare yourself. I won't go easy on you.
That's okay.
Might makes me right.
Hey, I'm pretty sure that is cheating. Turning into a big-ass wolf like that is cheating.
That was excellent. I've seen you fight before, but you're truly in top form now. I think you're ready for this.
I've never felt stronger or surer, and I chalk that up to everything I've learned from you. Thank you, Heir.
No thanks necessary, Slayer. It was my pleasure to help you realize your potential. Mikkel is in for the toughest fight of his life. Make your way to the Great Lodge where Newt and Mikkel are waiting. Come on, Garm. This is one tournament fight we don't want to miss.
No, I got new pants. I forgot to
whatever
change
time
my
you need to
dyes.
prepare.
My apologies.
We'll see you at the
That's
fight.
on me. I failed you. New pants means new dyes. And the new dyes are... not great. We've got Antique Gold, Grave, and then Stem. Not bad, though. Where is it? Down there? Well, okay, that's... Then we'll just bust out the Speedmobile and get over there in a hurry.
Okay. But if you need it.
We got another level.
Might make
The championship fight. Dude, these guys are spilling ale. That's just wrong. New build available. Game will restart in 2 hours and 45 minutes. Another set of bugs found in the new quote-unquote content.
Welcome to the championship bout, Slayer.
Thanks.
You've earned the right to be here.
I have.
Getting this far taught me a lot. Not just about how to fight, but also when to fight.
No, pretty much
and
just
why.
about how to fight.
What a load.
Yeah, I'm
you were
actually
just
with him on
lucky
that one.
getting this far. Why don't you quit now to spare yourself another beating?
Beater.
Same old Mikkel. Can't build himself up without tearing someone else down.
You're definitely ready, Slayer. Remember everything you've learned. Mikkel is a great brawler, but he is no hero. You can be both. Good luck.
Behold, the Big Brawl's final round.
Yep.
Now we shall determine this year's winner. Are the competitors ready? Good. Then let the championship bout begin.
Talk to Mikkel. So you made it to the finals. Too bad I'm just gonna crush you again. And you know it, don't you? Ha! What I know is how to beat you, Mikkel. Let's fight. I'm ready, loser. Then let's go.
Get ready to travel, Slayer. I'm gonna send you through an Asura gate to Pain Town. Not bad. Better than you bet, doesn't. I'm through taking it in my
suffer.
back. You messed up my spine.
The spectators are cheering for me. Because of course they are. I'm the champion.
Ladies
We
and
are
gentlemen,
the
please join me in congratulating the winner and new champion of the Big Brawl.
I want a rematch. I was robbed. I'm stronger than you, tougher than you, and better than you. How could I lose?
It's not about strength, Mikkel. It's about purpose and conviction. You fought well. Don't dishonor yourself now with this whining.
Well done, Slayer. Today we saw you come back from defeat to rise even higher than before. Every Norn should take that lesson to heart.
And most especially Mikkel,
And
the
they
pickle.
will. My time for
'Cause that
glory may be
dick'll
past,
say
But with
anything.
heroes like the Slayer to inspire
rhyming,
us,
actually.
the Ice Dragon's days are surely numbered.
May we all be there when Jormag falls. Until then, I dedicate my victory to all Norn everywhere. Come help me celebrate.
That's going to be a shitload of drunk-ass Norns. Oh, we have a new vest. Which is good, because that other thing is so freaking ugly. That one, the studded leather vest, it looks like you're wearing a 1970s era couch. One of those ones that's like upholstered with carpet and has buttons. It's just the worst. We'll customize our new boots. Oh, let's see. Oh, I can't resist Celestial, you know. They have so many numbers on them. And a new ring. All right. And that will be a scam or fraud call. Third or fourth one today. So I'm going to mute for a second so you don't have to hear. And they either already hung up or... Yep, they hung up. They don't like my message. Scammers don't like being called out. What a surprise.
I'll show you what to do.
All right, well, now level 22. We finished out the chapter 2 stuff. I'm going to run another starting map. That's what I normally do. I normally run 2 or even 3 of the starting maps. Do the whole map completion on them. And we'll go with the humans. Because humies are easy. Yeah. You know, the old gate, the old Lion's Arch, I would have sat through the cinematic, but this one, that's the Consortium, the Seraph. Off to Divinity's Reach around. Divinity's Reach, sorry. That slipped out. We've got enough points for anything new, do we? Nope. Did we get any new, oh yeah, we did. Got the new coat. Well, that deserves a new dye. We also got new boots, both of them, So because we got 2 new items of attire, if I don't like the first one, I will exercise my prerogative and do another reroll. Kinda like that. I'm kind of okay with that. This is Shadow Purple, Life's Blood, and Dark Chocolate. I'm fine with that combo platter right there. I think it's time to dance with some cows. There we go, dancing with the cows. How now, brown cow? Sometimes, you know, the music just moves me. Yeah.
Here come the flames, brother.
Might makes me right.
Torch the hay bales! Burn everything!
Okay, I'll burn you. We'll start with that. How about?
I'm dying
They'll
here.
keep coming, trust me. Grab a bucket and stand by.
You got me.
Dun, 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 dun.
Huh, you're kidding me, right?
Waves 5 out of 10. So we'll easily finish this hard up, but we'll finish up the event too. Because, I mean, they're just like food that delivers themselves. There's the heart complete. 7, wave 7 out of 10. Well, we definitely have got the gold medal participation here, whether I'm around for the last couple of waves or not, so we will continue on. Yep, gold medal. So we'll see about what I have in mind for the rest of the week. I was planning on playing the new content for Guild Wars 2, but it's so awful. I can't. I don't want to even go anywhere near it. It was so... God, I can't even call it lackluster. It's just a waste.
Might makes me right.
One more. Part complete. Level complete. Ooh, thank goodness. An underwater weapon. And salvage a couple more items, and we'll sell all our junk.
Nice
To
to see
Fisher Travis. There we are. It's all sold. I'm just going to spin right round, baby, and kill them all. I am using the hammer, which is not one of the default available weapons for an engineer. But if you have Secrets of the Obscure and Weapon Mastery, you can use weapons from the various elite specs from the very beginning. And originally it was that way when the expansion came out, and then they changed it. And I don't know if it's because all the players complained that that was a really bad idea, or they kind of just simply reconsidered on their own and gave it back to us. As all it does is give people with alts more options, basically. That's it. So leveling up with this. Sure. Talked me into it. I talked me into it. I'm very, very persuasive like that.
No idea we were infested with so many spiders. How did that happen?
Spooters. The spider event is up. I'm going to murderate as many spooters as I can.
The fury is mine.
And then we have another event after that. Because when we kill off the last of the or a sufficient number of the spooters, the spooter queen spawns. So, we're working. This is like the optimal case for
Might makes me right.
multitasking. We're working on the heart, getting the heart done. We're making progress in the spiders. So basically, we get the heart done and 2 events all at the same time. Really good XP that way. Alright, gonna kill 1 or 2 more spooters. There we are.
Awesome.
Completed the event, and now the queen has spawned. Spider queen. Spider queen. I'll back off to make sure everyone gets wax. It doesn't look like everyone else is coming. Oh, there they are. I will move away so that they can also get wax and get credit for it. I actually put in genuine effort to not be a dick about those kinds of things. The new pants are not as good, sadly. The new shoulders are slightly better, so new dye selection again. And the new dyes will be. I did kind of like this look, the red and the... Can't really make it out really, really dark purple. But, yeah, okay. Emerald, deep teal, and sprout. I'm a sprout. Everyone. I would kill those bandits, but they don't count towards the heart, disappointingly enough. However, the bandits in here do. As do their
Might makes me right.
boxes of stolen goods that we're going to steal back. Is that stealing? I don't think technically. If you're hearing kids in the background, that I have the window open because it's a really nice day. And there are kids in the courtyard. Nice day. Parents put their kids out to play. Understandably.
The fun's over here.
He couldn't even finish his sentence before he was horizontal.
Someone get over here and help me!
I'm going to grab the Vista while I'm in here, because my intent is to do the map completion. Probably not going to finish it tonight. I think I should have enough stuff. Is that the right way? Let's get confused. I think I went the wrong way. Yeah, I did. That, for instance, would be a kid screaming. Loud. I've noticed this. The boys put young boys in echoey location. They do like to yell. Like you just heard. So that's not surprising. Little girls, however, they prefer the ear-piercing shriek. So I'd rather have the boys screaming than the girls. I didn't save my new dye colors. Perhaps it was subconscious because I liked these colors, but I can't allow that to stand, so you have to... Wow. Okay. Pastel Spring, Morning Sea, and Walnut. Don't really see the walnut, except in, like, I think it's the tips of the fingers and the gloves is the only place you see it. It's supposed to be somewhere on the chest piece as well. It's a chest piece I don't remember seeing much, so I kind of like it. It's one of the quest rewards, and so you have to be playing, I guess, a female Norn to get it. I have a female Norn, so I would have gotten it. Unsurprisingly, with like 30-odd characters at the cap, and a total of 37 character slots with 36 characters in them. Major kicks. I will salute you with a good solid suck and 2 laps. It goes better. Yesterday I was very disappointed with the Guild Wars 2 new content drop. And so today I decided to just do some casual leveling. Low impact, enjoyable stuff that I enjoy. To attempt to wash the bad taste out. I get the reference. I believe, if memory serves, that was the enormous vacuum cleaner that the Imperial maid was wielding.
Because I plan to kill 10 of those centaurs for every...
And it was sucking the atmosphere out. And I myself have been known to suck the atmosphere out of the room. And how are all the major kicks things?
Might makes me right.
And frequently when I see your name, I just want to start singing, badly of course, Paul Revere and the Raiders song, Kicks. That's because I'm old. Just finished. Oh, well, believe me, I did that every week for years as part of my allowance. And we lived on a hill. So I am intimately familiar with mowing the lawn the old-fashioned way. Well, let's see. I did it every week for, I'm going to say, obviously I wouldn't do it if it had rained. So let's assume 10% of the time it had rained. We're talking probably 40 plus times a year for 5 years, 8 years, something like that. So lots and lots and lots. Wouldn't have been so bad. Raining roughly 2 weeks, so grass, mostly weeds, were overgrown. Now, I'm about to tell you how old I am in no uncertain terms, if you had any doubt. My first allowance as a kid was a weekly 15 cents.
Live on.
And that sounds ridiculous even to me. But the fact of the matter was, there was a small little grocery store a couple blocks away. And they had a little toy section. And that meant once a month I could buy a 60-cent model. Old plastic models. I was interested in World War II stuff, so it would have been tanks and airplanes. 15 cents a week, and oh my God, am I old. My advice to all of you is to stay young. Just that. Just stay young. We've got the Windmill King up here. And I have to deal with him because I am a magpie.
Ho and below, the Windmill King wants to fight a dragon. Bring out the dragon!
Might makes me right.
Forsooth, you have met your match, dragon.
Technically not a dragon.
You betwixt me, you evil magpie. You're not a dragon.
I'm an evil magpie, what can I say? You can remember when gas was still under $1? Yeah, I can remember when it was in the 20s. 25 cents, something like that. Let's see, other things that will tell you how old I am. I remember watching the original series for Star Trek when it was first broadcast. Not all of it. I remember, the only one I can remember specifically is what turned out to be the very last episode. The one where Dr. Janice Lester swaps her mind into Kirk's body and vice versa. I don't remember the name of the episode, but I do remember the episode mainly because of the visual effects they used for the body swapping. But I tell you, that 15 cents thing, that just, even that just doesn't sound right. That doesn't even sound like that sounds like something that one of my parents should have been saying. But of course, you know, I assume my dad might have had an allowance. It might have been a nickel, but really, 15 cents. I mean, that just sounds insane to even to me.
This area supplies a lot of the materials for divinity.
It sure does. No more script in here, so I will instead simply kick over their items of cultural relevance, the script shiny things. And because there's no more script around, did we spawn script? We spawned script. Script have spawned, everyone. We have a script sighting. Script everywhere.
Cutting things.
Nice sound effects. I don't specifically remember them making that sound. I won't forget it in the future, though. The sound was quite impressive, I have to say, actually. Next up, we will head up north here, or east here, sorry. East, you know, the other north. To the hunting lodge, where we're going to be setting some traps and killing some delicious Auto-delivering bacon systems. Hello, piggy.
Might makes me right.
They are delicious. Alright, we've got a veteran dire boar over there. He is not going to charge because their aggro radius is huge-mungus, especially when you're rezzing a hunter. But I don't want to fight a veteran, not because I can't beat it, because it takes so damn long to beat it.
Death before defeat.
Death before defeat. I shout that out to all the boars I fight. Death before defeat. Yeah. Bacon. Another hard complete. We are 35% done with the map. We will grab the POI. A tune I made a while back, but never... I have a few tunes left over that are only slightly advanced, and this was one of them. This is my lowest level of my keeper characters. At a certain point, I ended up buying 9 more character slots, and I spent 9 weeks running 1 a week through the key farm, and then over time I have slowly been leveling them up, and this is the lowest level of them. So the tune's been around a while, but is still low level. But I just wanted some stress-free, anger-free Guild Wars 2 gameplay after the disappointment of yesterday. Can we not get an attack here from... forget it. I just wanted something, you know, that I could enjoy.
Might makes me right.
And I find leveling up characters to be soothing. Not always fun, but it has a nice, calm entertainment value. Normally not my stress and anger free would not describe my streams, generally speaking. I'm trying to res this guy. Can you wait just a second? Okay, I can get you now, sir. Just like last night, I was very unhappy with the content, and I don't like streaming angry, if that makes sense. I prefer to have fun when I stream. And so just a little easy peasy stream time. There was nothing else I especially wanted to stream, and I wanted to get out some of my negative vibes about the game, so I preferred to... Yeah, come on, you stupid crab. Oh, this heart is just one of the worst. At least I'm the only person here. When this heart is got a whole bunch of people working on it at the same time. It's just awful. It's awful. Every map's got a few of them that are painful. And it certainly shouldn't be a priority, but I would love if ArenaNet would go back to some of these and reweigh the values you get towards completion. Fat Body, good evening. You know, like caging up one of these crabs. It's worth, like, I don't know, maybe 8% of completion. Maybe make it 10. Just bump those values up a little to make the hearts a little bit less tedious.
Might
Some
makes
of them
me
just
right.
so bad. And tonight, this isn't bad because I'm the only one here doing it. But if you have 3 or 4 people here doing it, this one's just awful. That scale killed that poor fisherman again. Also, I want to note that fisherman, kind of a wimp. Another heart complete. 38% done with the map. Oh, gotta kill the rat.
Centaurs ruin my
Might
party.
makes me
I
right.
hate them so much.
Oh, centaurs ruined her party. She hates them for that. Not for the people they killed and the destruction and all that. No. They ruined her party. They defaced the buildings.
May Dwayna bless you.
But I didn't even sneeze. Smack a rat. Who doesn't enjoy just smacking a rat? For those who are unaware of it, there used to be, evidently in the beta, I certainly don't remember it, a meta where the centaurs would conquer Beetleton, and that's why where all of the awful graffiti comes from, and then you would have to fight back and recapture it. There are a number of other locations where you have, mobs can take over an area and you have to refight to retake the area. Well, this was one of them originally, and so that's why you've got, and in this case right there, the invisible. Funnily enough, a couple of months back, for the first time ever, I actually saw the graffiti that was there, but it was only there a couple of weeks before whatever they had done that made it reappear, they undid. Heart complete. That graffiti right there, the skull and bones on a sort of a cross. I got more points. I do have more points. All right, we are bumping up our firearms skill. We need to get to Juggernaut. Once you get to Juggernaut, baby, flamethrowers all the time, every time. All right, we need to beat up the strong man.
Step right up, carnival goers. Test your strength. You think I'm too old to kick your tail? Don't judge a drake by its snout. Beat me and take home a prize. I can't believe it.
Me and great value Tifa kick that guy's butt. That's the character's name. Don't blame me. It's not my fault. Let's see. We've got a 128 and a 227.
The name rolls off the
That,
tongue and fills the cheeks with joy.
no, that's not an improvement.
I've always liked that name.
Not too much though, right?
Seems like a nice name.
Okay, good.
Let me sell some crap. Hi there. She sells slices of watermelon. That seems very rural. Possibly quite tasty, though. Hot summer day. Yeah, I'd be there. Weekly. I have salvaged 50 items already. That's good. And the POI. And then we've got to kill a bunch of filthy centaurs. And touch down the crowd as well. Okay, touch down, the crowd goes mild. And the POI. And there were no attacks going on in either place, which means we now have to do the more tedious, less XP rich version of flying in here and murdering them on their own turf. Now, at least with the
Might makes me right.
with a Norn, at least I am not an invasive species like humans. You know, killing the centaurs, Norns killing centaurs, that's, you know, that's presumably been happening a very long time. Unlike the humans, who came in and stole everybody's land. And basically just drove down the property values for everyone who wasn't human.
To me!
How do you do?
Well, it looks like, given the hints and everything in the latest content patch, that we're probably heading to Janther for the next expansion. The presence of the Eye of Janther in the final fight in the storyline. And,
Might makes me right.
oh, what's her name? I can't remember the name of the character. Who had no real reason to be in the Wizard's Tower in the first place, except now we had some more stuff with her, and she's linked with the Eye and the Mersat. So the general belief is now that it looks like we're headed for Janther. I don't know much about Janther. Oh, I thought that would be enough to put me over the top, but it was not. How about you? There we go, hard complete. So I cannot express optimism or pessimism about going to the Isle of Janther. I don't really know much about it. know some stuff about the Mersat. And, the Sol Alessia. Not much. Oh, I don't need to kill these. I've already killed enough. Let's go for the same heart. But there's a POI there I need to get. Got it. So I know I'll be paying attention to Wooden Potatoes when he starts talking about the lore implications of us possibly / probably going to Janther. It's also been noted that they showed a sneak peek of a picture of a landscape, and mentioned that was from the future new expansion that we'll be getting, and the title in the file name included the word Delta in it. I remember it was something like Delta Landscape, blah blah blah, something like that. And the only really noteworthy Delta, apparently, at least in the lore, is Janther again. So yet another reason why it's probably Janther. But as to what that, portends, what does that sort of lead us to? Maybe more stuff with the Mersat. I liked Mabon. I felt they squandered him. In the expansion. But he was like the last of the Tyrian Mersat. But the reference is pretty clear that there are other Mersat elsewhere. Other worlds in the mists. Not clear. Alright. Would I a beer? Thanks. It'll be a big hit. Because it's beer, and I'm a Norn, so of course I'm going to think it's going to be a big hit. We drink any kind of slop. Sad to say. One doesn't inherently think discerning taste when one thinks about Norn drinking habits. And I missed. Alright, we'll see if we've got any centaurs around. Yeah, we've got some. There's another one of those hearts that's, if there's an event going on, it goes quickly. If there's not, it does not go quickly. But unlike the previous one that I was talking about, this one actually helps if there are more people around. Because each one of those worm tails that I pulled, each person can pull the worm tail and everybody can get a whack on it. So it can go much, much faster. That's if everyone plays well. Sadly, there are a lot of people who don't realize how much harder they're making things for themselves by trying to outdo everyone else for DPS in a shared event. Get your whack in. If necessary, turn your back. Let everyone else get a whack in. They'll make sure, hopefully, that everyone gets a whack in. There are players, sadly, who will show up in a lower tier map for whatever reason, and they'll join in the events, and that's I have no problem with. That's fine. I do that too. But they do so much damage that a lot of people around, they don't even get a whack on the monster. They get no XP, no progress. Because somebody's trying to make up for the fact that Mommy didn't love them enough by doing more DPS than all the low-level people. Spoiler for them. That's the reason Mommy didn't love you enough. Because she didn't play well with others.
If we shared our beer with them.
I think they want our land and crops, not our beer.
Let's see if we can get a second batch of beer. I can. Yeah, this one's going to be a big hit too. That's a mighty rifle. Doesn't look that mighty compared to that one, so not really. I got man. Ah, the introduction, my herald. Yeah, no thank you.
They have no moral compass whatsoever.
And let's see. Not going to be quite enough, is it? No, we need 2 more points, and then we can get Juggernaut. Which gives us might and stability while we're using the flamethrower, which is extremely good for leveling. You can pretty much level with just that. Oh, snap, crackle, pop. When you get old, everything makes noise. Yeah, I'll continue. I'll reiterate my advice. Just stay young, guys. You know, the Who were not correct when they said, "Hope I die before I get old." No. The correct answer is just don't get old. So I will strongly recommend you guys take my advice on that one. Wish I had done it. Didn't think of it at the time.
Might makes me right.
And now we head across here and we start tidying up after the filthy centaurs.
Another land to spread my legend.
Kill a couple wolves. Was a villager. I'm a hero. Grab this. We got another hero point over here. Oop, we got a dead player. I'm gonna help him.
Back at it.
It's my way.
Hope I pull through.
One of the things I like so much about Guild Wars 2. A lot of players do that sort of thing you just saw me do. Somebody's down? Yeah, I'll hop on. I'm going by. It's not going to cost me anything. A couple of seconds of my time.
Might makes me right.
I'll just res them.
Do you see? I did that.
An event going on? Yeah, I'm going to jump in with all these other players. Oh, the Awakened.
Might makes me right.
An XP extravaganza.
mine.
They're here to kill us.
We also have the bandits coming.
They
All
bulk as our
right.
strength.
And a champion. Make sure I get a couple hits on him at least, so we get the XP for him. Gotta murder some of these bandits.
I need backup.
Tempting to pick up the cow pie. Fortunately, I'm strong enough to resist the urge to throw a cow pie at the champion. Actually, I can't. I'm gonna pick that up and throw it at the champion because I can. Okay, a couple more of the bandits. Wow, okay. Holy, the champion. He heard me talking about throwing
I'll be all right.
the cow pie at him, and he charged across the battlefield to murder me. I have reconsidered my plan. Where's the cow pie? There's the cow pie. Oh, I'm gonna throw it at him. There we go. Take that, loser.
Nothing can bring. What is possessing me?
Something feared me. Well, it was the bandit. The awakened remnants press their attacks.
Mine.
All kinds of stuff. Including a lot of stuff we can't use, but that's fine. What did we get? I've defeated 5 veteran enemies and completed my daily.
Another proud moment.
Get off this ranch, you fiends!
The fury is mine.
Nice one.
Ranchers alive, 4. 2 more bandit waves remaining. And they've been coming in very large numbers, the bandits. Presumably because there were so many people here fighting the awakened. That's another level for me. I'm going to zoom in on these guys.
Come on, you spiteful jerks. We'll turn you into fodder for the herd.
I'm going to... Ugh. These new pants, they are slightly better. They are new pants. And as is tradition, that means new dies. And wow. Okay, yeah, definitely need new dies. Those aren't bad. We have black, melon, and fling. And I hit level 26 there. Also. This is the last bandit wave, and we have driven them off.
Celebrate with some beef brisket. Mm-hmm.
Bandits. $250. Better than that. Bandits. They lack conviction.
This is most remarkable.
Okay, we got everything, I think, taken care of. No.
Target destroyed.
That, I think, is an improved mask. That's a new mask. That's another new die, then. We have to redo our die again. That's the rules.
Remarkable.
You know, I didn't make them up. Spoiler, he made them up. Shh. I did make them up. So, I hope you enjoyed Black Melon and Fling, as our new color combination is going to be... I don't know. The Moss isn't bad. Moss and Infernal I'm not sure is a good combo. Looks a little Christmassy light, and Riverbed is the last. Still, not terrible. We've got another hero point over here. We have to steal some, I believe it is Ogre Gunk, and then consume it. And if this sounds like a good idea to you, I don't think you're thinking very straight. Etten. Sorry, not Ogre. Etten.
Ah, another place to roam.
Let's take some of the sludge. Whoop. We dodge his first attack after getting the sludge. And then we bail, because there's like a bajillion of them, and just one me. And we, Urt's Unguent, the stench of this is almost unbearable. One gulp and you'll understand why Urt is so green and angry all the time, and yet, it gives me a hero point. I have enough. We will take Juggernaut, and we'll actually equip it too, because that will help. Gain expertise. Critical hits within the range threshold have a chance to grant fury. That's pretty good. And Juggernaut. Juggernaut's quite good. The Juggernaut flamethrower combo can get you all the way up to 80 without a problem. And now, the most boring heart in the game. It's not difficult. It's not overly long. It's just dull. Grab the waypoint.
Pick up a training sword if you want to train.
No, I'm going to pick up the training rifle.
Pick up a rifle and get in formation. Remember, don't release your shot until the order is given.
Take aim. Hold.
And
hold.
He will say hold between 1 and 3 times.
Fire! Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's keep at it.
And that's it. Got to do, I think, 9 times. It's a little slow. Okay.
Take aim.
And we take aim. Hold.
Hold. Hold. Fire! Not bad.
Not bad at all. Let's keep at it. That's it. That's the. This is what you could do the aim.
Take aim.
You could do the sword play or the shield training, but they take longer.
Hold.
And you actually have to pay a lot more attention.
Hold. Fire!
3.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Let's keep at it.
Were they any better?
Note that that's Sergeant Soto. Secrets of the Obscure.
Take aim. Hold. Hold.
It was a clue the whole time. From launch.
Fire!
They knew what they were going to do.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
One day we're going to do an expansion. We'll call it, I don't know, something of the something.
Take aim.
SOTO. Yeah. Something of the something. Yeah.
Hold. Hold. Fire!
That's 5 straight times. It's been 2
Not bad.
holds.
Not bad at all. Let's keep at it.
As far as I know, it's random between 1 and 3 holds. There might be a pattern, but I've never been able to detect it. And I've done this
Take aim.
literally hundreds of times. Hold.
Hold.
The craft fair is a good
How
place
about
for
a
a
fire?
family gathering.
Hold.
Oh, yes. I think so too.
Fire!
6 for 6.
Not bad. Not
Not
bad, at all. Let's keep at it. Take aim.
Like I said, it's the most boring heart.
Hold.
It's not the worst. It's certainly not the slowest.
Hold.
It's just boring.
Hold.
Ah, 3. 3 holds that time. Jerk.
Fire! Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's keep at it.
I don't know what that icon is, Major Kicks. Should I take aim?
Take aim.
Okay. Should I hold?
Hold. Fire!
Okay, we've averaged out now.
Not bad. Not
That's
bad at all.
6
Let's keep at it.
with 2 holds, 1 each with 1 and 3 holds. Will we finish with an average perfectly of 2?
Take aim. Hold.
There's 1.
Hold.
Just tell us to fire and we'll hit the average. Oh, he spoils it on the last one.
Fire!
And the heart's complete. And we're 77% done with the map.
Not bad at all. Let's keep at it.
Let's not keep at it.
Might makes me right.
Yeah, that's a really winning sentiment. Might makes me right. There's another one of those hearts that can be extremely tedious depending on completely on the state of the events and everything. If the events are going or everything's in the power under the control of the centaurs, it can go pretty quick. If it's all held by the humans, the seraph, then it can take an extremely long time. Hi. Pardon me. Guys?
You will be broken.
Like this is pretty close to optimal. As I'm flying through this heart right now. A lot of times it goes way, way slower than this. This has really been good. The veteran, though, I'm not sure he even counts. So I'll kill the supplies. And I'll whack on supplies over here, and that should do it. Yep, that did. That is definitely best case. It's possible that's the fastest I've ever done it. Even when the event's going on, you have to wait between waves, so. We are 80% done with the map. But the one coming up is awful. It's a really bad heart. The God's Lost Swamp. It's horrible. It is terrible. Almost forgot the POI over here. I don't really remember that event at all, with all of the shades and aches. Another POI. Oh, the bridge. I missed the bridge POI. Now, the God's Lost Swamp sucks. It's one of the worst arts in the game because you get so little progress. Talk to the Tormented Spirit. Don't get any progress for him. You only get progress for beating up the Shade who shows
Fury
up.
is mine.
And not much. And you can't beat up the Skelk for any progress because they don't get it. It's just a really bad heart. It's another one of those that, seriously, I know changes are generally difficult in an MMO, but frankly, this is literally a couple of fields in a database where they have the number of points for the various activities. And all you got to do is increase those values. So instead of 4% of progress towards 100, make it 6. That kind of thing. Literally single digits. Single fields. But it could be worse. There was a case in Star Wars Galaxies. Yes, I am old. Where there was an ability smugglers had called slicing. And it allowed them to alter a weapon or armor, but I'll just talk about the weapon. And it would increase either the rate of fire or the damage it did. As a smuggler, main, as if I had an alt. You had to have the only way to get alts was to have multiple accounts. As a smuggler, there were 4 tiers of slicing, and then another one at Grandmaster. So basically 5 tiers. And each tier gave you more damage or faster rate of fire when you sliced a weapon. They would be in a range, it might be 11 to 15 or something, and then the next range would be 16 to 20%. But they got the numbers reversed. And so tier 3 slicing was better than tier 4 slicing. Not as good as the Grandmaster slicing, equivalent to tier 5.
Right.
Literally, all they had to do was swap 2 numbers, or 2 ranges of numbers. And it took them like 9 months to fix it, despite the fact that it was completely documented and they were aware of it. Sometimes, guys, dead guys,
Fury is mine.
simple fixes can give an awful lot of quality of life to players. I had to turn down a lot of opportunities to make some money at tier 4 slicing and get some XP so that I could get to Grandmaster by telling people, yeah, I've got tier 4 slicing and it's not as good as tier 3. You should track down someone with tier 3 and have them slice it
makes
for you.
me right.
Because it took them so long to fix it. I was a Grandmaster by the time they fixed it. I was the second Grandmaster smuggler on the server. I would have been first. Except, sad to say, I bought the Prima Guide, and the Prima Guide had bad information in it.
Greatness getting greater.
That's another level for me, by the way. So I spent a good deal of time grinding one of the crafting disciplines. Because theoretically you had to have it. 348? Yeah, better than that one. You had to have this
Power
certain
flow
amount
at
of
30%.
merchant
Rerouting.
experience. But they changed that at some point in the development late, and so it didn't make it into the Prima Guide. Water, water, what are you going to do? I don't even have enough bits. Can I sneak in and grab it without aggroing the marsh drake? Probably not. Nope.
Eat pain.
No game ever grabbed me to the level that Star Wars Galaxies did. Wish I knew how many hours I'd put in. But sadly, it also is the only game that ever burned me out on it with a specific development choice. The original game as released did not have, well, no one had any idea as to how to get how to open up Jedi. We knew that if you did unlock Jedi, it would give you a second character slot on the same server. And you could create a new character to create a Jedi. Woo! That is a follow from VV Mad Bull VV. Well, Mad Bull, I only have one spiel, and here it comes. Welcome to my humble little stream of misfunction, malfunction, dysfunction, and frequently complete and total unfunction. You're most welcome indeed, and thank you very, very much for the follow. Thanks, and good evening. Yeah, it is. And sadly, on those occasions I get raided, I have to pick up via chat that someone has raided, because that makes no sound at all, despite my best efforts and my actual understanding of how computers work and everything. I can't get that goddamn software to work right. Oh, I ended up in the water. This is suboptimal. I have poked and prodded and kicked and screamed and whined. Especially whining. I'm really good at the whining part. And I cannot get those announces play the sound. Lurking for the most part, and highly likely you'll pass out. You feel your eyelids getting heavy, maybe a nap to ruin your already non-existent sleep schedule. I have done that myself. Where you know you shouldn't sleep, and yet you're tired, so you decide you're going to sleep. And either you screw up your sleep schedule directly, or you sleep too much. You know, where you'd be fine if you did it for an hour, half an hour, but you end up going for 2.5 hours, and your sleep schedule is completely bleaked. Here to chill, find new people to play Guild Wars with, but if you ever need help getting those fixed, I'd be happy to help. I will continue to poke. It has not been an issue so far, other than it irks me. And I'm pretty good at this computer stuff. In that, yeah, I did it for a living. I was an IT engineer. I was expounding on Star Wars Galaxies and the system they had to open up the access to the Force-sensitive slide. Voice meter's the bane of your existence. You refuse to let it be. Exactly. You understand my reaction to this is, no one's going to help me. I'm going to fix it eventually. If it kills me. So they launched with the knowledge that they were going to I believe they had the method implemented for opening up the Force-sensitive slot, which was you had to master a certain number of the professions. There were 35 professions in the game at launch, I think. And you had to master 3 or 4 of them, and it would be random. But they didn't tell you what they were, so no one had unlocked the Force-sensitive slot. And so they had to put in a mechanic so people could figure out how to unlock the Force-sensitive slot so they could finally get some Jedi on the servers. Because they were headed towards Christmas, and no Jedi had appeared in the game anywhere yet, because no one knew how to get them. So they put in an item called a holocron. If you're Star Wars savvy, you may recognize that name. And what you would do is you would read a holocron, and you would activate the holocron. It would tell you a profession. So, for example, the first one I did when I opened a holocron, it was Carbineer, which meant basically you'd have to kill an incredible buttload of things with a carbine. There were 3 types of basic firearms. There were pistols, carbines, and rifles. But you'd have to do a whole bunch of killing and stuff with a carbine. So I did that. Hammer improvement. And I got my second one, and the second holocron told me bioengineer. And I did not want to do bioengineer. It just seemed like an awful, boring profession to me. Funnily enough, after mastering it, it was maybe the most fun I've ever had with any class or specialization or profession or whatever you want to call it in an MMO. Was the bioengineer. And the reason, what I liked about it was the mad scientist bit, as there were a couple of things you could do with it, but the one I enjoyed doing with it was you could take samples from critters out in the wild, and that was exciting, going into a rancor den, fully camouflaged, with your scent masked, to jab a big hypodermic in the ass of a rancor to get a sample, and then running away as quickly as possible, as the rancor decided that it didn't want to be poked in the ass by you. We're at 94% completion. And then taking the bits and pieces you got. I can't travel while in combat. Why am I am in combat. God freaking. And then taking those samples and using them to create clones, where you can control all of the combat and level and statistics and everything of the clones, so that the equivalent of a Beastmaster elsewhere, creature handler, could use those to be an effective combat element. Thing you've never done is a Star Wars MMO. Started in Guild Wars back in 2009, went to Guild Wars 2 pre-order. First of all, right there with you on the pre-order for Guild Wars 2. As soon as it became available, I pre-ordered it because I wanted to get in the beta. Same deal. I will say about Star Wars The Old Republic, as an MMO, it's a pretty good single-player RPG. It's not a great MMO, but it does have some very good parts in it. The stories generally are very good, and the voice acting is first-rate. Star Wars Galaxies is an entirely different kind of MMO. The people talk about a sandbox. It's a real, honest-to-God sandbox MMO. As at least the original version that was released, they made huge changes to the game and changed it up. I should finish my other story first before I start talking about that. So the bioengineer was incredibly fun. Making creatures to order for people. I was, and I found a recipe through experimentation to make incredibly good combat pets for people who weren't creature handlers. Proud of me for rounding back. You never finish a story? Yeah, it's easy for me to get, distracted. Oh, squirrel. So that was the second one. The third one was Doctor, and Doctor was easy. It was a piece of cake. Star Wars Galaxies had a very powerful macroing system, and with the help of a friend, in essence, he set himself up macroing to just do combat rolls. because you would do a roll and you'd do a 180, and then you'd roll and do a 180. But you run out of energy, basically. And as a doctor, I made up stim packs that would allow me to refresh his energy. He does the macro of roll, 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 and just loops it. So he's rolling, rolling, rolling. And I set a macro timed to every 20 or 30 seconds to automatically inject him so that he could keep rolling. I'm getting experience for medicine, for injecting him. He's getting experience for combat rolling. And we just let it go for a couple hours, and I used that, and then would train every time I needed training, and I used that to level up all the way through Doctor. Doctor was fast and easy. And then the fourth holocron came back silent, which meant, okay, you're missing one more profession, and now you've got to start grinding them and hoping to get lucky randomly. There were about 35 professions, and I ground through 25 or 27 of them, and it burned me out on the game. And so I quit 2 weeks before the space combat expansion for Star Wars Galaxies, called Jump to Lightspeed. I came back years later after they'd done the big changes to the game. So the holocron system gave me the most fun I've ever had in an MMO when it forced me into something I never would have tried otherwise, and I just loved it. But it also burned me out on the game. Now, the biggest mistake any MMO has ever made, and they're famous for this, was done when they made the big change. Now, the original version of Star Wars Galaxies, what is called now the pre-CU, I'll get to the CU, had incredible balance problems. The combat wasn't great. It had terrible balance problems. And so they decided they needed to fix it, and they did. And they tried something called the combat update or upgrade. And I wasn't around for it, so I can't really comment as to whether it was any good. It was very controversial at the time. A lot of people liked it. More people didn't. We have finished our map. Then they did something called the NGE, and that's generally considered to be the worst thing anyone ever did to an MMO from a design perspective. They took out the sandbox from the game, and where you could mix and match your professions. For instance, I was still a smuggler while I was doing all of those other things. I was a smuggler and a bioengineer. I was a smuggler and a carbineer. Because you could mix and match. You had a certain number of skill points, and as long as you didn't exceed the skill points, you could throw bits and pieces of different stuff in. And there were 35 different professions. Some were 35. And they ripped all of that out and put in a class system instead. And a leveling system that they built on top of the combat update or upgrade. And famously, one of LucasArts people said, we wanted to change the game so it would be kill, loot, repeat. Because nobody wants to play, everyone wants to play Luke, nobody wants to play Uncle Owen. But the fact of the matter was, there were hundreds of thousands of people who wanted to play Uncle Owen. There were people doing crafting and harvesting. There were people doing entertaining at the cantinas. And that's what people were doing because they were enjoying it. And instead they tried to stamp WoW on top of it. And needless to say, Sony always was in charge of Galaxies. Galaxies was a Sony production. It was always SOE. EverQuest was not. Originally that was from another company. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. But SOE was always in charge of Galaxies. Now, Can I get lucky and get a key for my work? That would be a nice end to the evening. Give me a key. I got a key. So we will have one last piece of entertainment before I call it an evening. Sharpo 216, it's not as good.
We have completed the task at hand.
Always nice to get the key. I've done an awful lot of key farms in the game. Well, I have... Actually, last night I opened 25 boxes because it was a new box, a new Black Lion chest. And I actually got a couple of dies for my alt account out of it. Awakened Invasions, yeah, I took care of that. And Accommodation, thank you. That's awesome.
I'm rich, you know.
But I have all of the basic, the common, uncommon, and rare dies. So for me to get a new die for my main account is a rare thing. We will sell our junk. We have a Black Lion chest here. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Here comes my spiel. Another one. We will get a Black Lion statuette. We will get a fine Black Lion die canister blue. We will get 2 commons. We have a 1 in 10 shot at an uncommon or better. Amongst those, the uncommons, I got the axe last night. I got the Dark Matter axe last night, which if I were to choose to sell it, it was currently selling at that time for 100 gold. That's what it looks like. I have like 3 of the Dark Matter skins already. So these are quite good. Also, I could get the council chairs here. This would be awesome for any contest. The shield's neat, and I have to check the shield. It's a nice set, and also it is a high value set. Shield, shield, shield. Oh, I do like the outline on that one. Yeah, that's cool. The see-through effect on that makes that one very cool. Good call. I concur. So any of these would be good. The highest value item I know is the staff at 200. Also, this is a rare case where the uncommons are selling for way more than the rares. The rares, I don't particularly like this set. I picked up one of them when they first came out using a Black Lion claim ticket. I like the focus. The holding out the document. You know, telling them I have a subpoena to issue. And the super rares, which of course I'll never get. I'm going to click open. We're going to get a common, and hopefully 1 in 10 shot. We get another box to appear here, and that means we got an uncommon or better. Drum roll, please. Just commons. Nothing exciting either. The unlocks are always fun. Let's see the dies. Okay, these are the dies you can get with it. I know I have the Vista. I have the Alpine. I have the Kyanite. I do not have the Blue Lion. That's a blue. That's a bright-ass blue. But I believe the total it takes is like 78.
Speak quickly.
60? Maybe it's only 60. Because it takes 5 of these to get 1 of these, and then 4 of these to get 1 of those. So it's actually, yeah, I think it's got to be 60. And I have 26 now, so I may end up seeing if I can't get enough on the cheap of these to get the high quality one, the more expensive one. These are currently selling for at 10 silver each. I'm surprised they're that high. It is a very impressive final blue die, though. Actually, all of the blues are pretty nice. That's not necessarily true for all the others. Nothing interesting in there. We will drop all of these away.
Another proud moment.
I just leveled up for depositing something in the bank because this character had never deposited anything in the bank before. That's the goofiest level you'll ever see. Black Lion Statuette, Revive Orb.
What is it?
Alright, we got to start dropping some more points into some other stuff. Gadgets, elixirs, go-go gadgets. More kits. More kits. I feel a sneeze coming on, too. My apologies. So I'm going to be calling it here for the evening. Not a bad evening's work. 12 levels, I think, tonight. Not bad. And since I have to restart the game anyway in the next 15 minutes or it'll boot me for the new build, I'm going to call it here. I want to thank you guys very, very much for hanging out. As always, I'm very appreciative that you do so. I expect I should be back tomorrow at my usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, early morning in Asia and Australia. I'm not sure what I'll be playing. Might be more Guild Wars 2. Might not. I don't know. I'd been looking forward to playing the new Guild Wars 2 content for most of this week, but I'm not happy with what we got yesterday. So I'll just leave that at that. I should be back tomorrow. Again, thank you guys for hanging out. I hope the rest of your Wednesday night goes great. I hope your Thursday and Friday go smooth and you get towards your weekend. Back tomorrow. Hopefully you'll see me soon. Have a great night tonight. Take care and ciao for now. Good night, guys.